Welcome to another edition of Ask the Fat Doctors with T. Fox.
You know, you guys do have a, just hard-headed, just hard-headed. I just don't understand you sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, you can be a little simple.
Just say stupid. You can't say it.
You can be very simple.
You're nice. That's one thing I love about you, T.
Dr. Braxton Cosby.
The sound that they hear after they occlude your artery when that cuff goes up.
Okay, now I really...
After you close it off.
Close it off. And you're talking about when you squeeze the arm.
Not just you squeeze, when the cuff squeezes.
When the cuff squeezes your arm, that's called...
It actually closes off that brachial artery. Occlude. Okay. Occlude is what that guy did in Waco. Okay.
Why do you always introduce me last?
And Jamie Dukes.
That was Dr. Dukes. My doctorate, there's no period. It's a dash and a space.
Yes.
So therefore, that way I don't have to worry about getting sued.
Ask the Fat Doctors is powered by the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation.
I had outer body experience where when I'm working out, I felt.
Jamie.
How far out did you go out of the body?
I mean, like really out of the body. I mean, just and telling myself, you gotta work out. Fat boy, you gotta work out.
You must work out.
Were you outside of your body looking at yourself? Had you moved there?
That is
but mine is Mike Tyson, actually. He's the guy that motivates me. Look here, Dukes. You better get your fat butt up right now and start working out. I'm going to punch you in the face.
Hi there, and welcome to another edition of Ask the Fat Doctors. I am one of your hosts. I am T. Fox, along with my ever-loving, grinning, funny
That's
host.
me.
Yeah, that we want to my right.
Funny.
Yeah, that one right here.
Are you saying funny looking or something?
Oh, no.
Okay,
just funny, ha-ha.
Okay.
Kinda, how's it going?
I'm doing all right till you said that.
Okay.
Talk about
well,
him.
keep grinning. There you go.
Did he say his
there
name?
you go. Oh, that's Jamie Dukes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Jamie Dukes and Dr. Braxton Cosby. That's Bill's nephew.
Got it.
That is Bill's nephew.
Yeah, that is Bill's
Good looking
nephew.
one over there.
Yeah,
Streaking hair. The author.
Right.
Renowned author.
I think they kind of say novelist now. I'm not sure. I'm trying to
novelist,
find out
Oh,
when
he
you
said,
got the second
on
one
the
finished.
slide, he's telling you to get it right.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what I'm thinking. I'm going to do an investigation and figure out. But
I just say all the time, world-renowned author.
Right.
Novelist
sounds good.
novelist is cheesy to me.
Well,
Because it's like
novelist-
he wrote it some harlequin,
some something,
kind of.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just like,
Yeah.
author.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well
take
renowned.
either way. I'll
Yeah, well
take whatever
renowned. That's
they
good.
give me.
How you doing?
Good.
How's things going?
Excellent.
Good. And welcome to our set is Will Settle. And we want to welcome him to
Will.
the set.
Thank you.
How's things going with you, Mr. Settle?
Things are going
Well, tell the people who Will is. I mean, he's a vital part of we know about the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation and some of the things, many things that we do, and Fox Entertainment Group. You guys do a lot of things. We're going to talk about that tonight. Big event happening with Dikembe Mutombo, one of my favorite guys.
Say it in one of those five.
Right.
Who speaks
Be
5
careful.
languages, by the
Yeah.
way. And
Yeah,
Will
he-
is your chief lieutenant
He is,
in Fox
indeed.
Entertainment Group. So I wanted to make sure everybody understood, why is this guy here? Good looking
is.
guy and all, but
Well, thank you.
Yeah, he is. You gotta have the the right hand man, that chief that keeps it all together. I just get out there. And
I know,
just,
because he'll backhand you in the middle. I mean, not you. I mean,
Right.
See what she said, Will Settle. I was like, is you saying you'll settle to have him sit here tonight? I didn't know that was the full name and the
Right.
whole thing. You're like,
Kinda-
we'll settle to
yeah.
have him here. I don't know where you were going with
Yeah,
that.
final pay. Okay, we got a lot of great things to talk about tonight. I'm so excited because with Will here, we're going to be able to do Just for Men, which is one of my favorite segments.
yes, it is.
And it's very interesting because
good
I think we flipped the Just for Men segment entirely on its ear 2 minutes before we came on because of Braxton Cosby and his perception of the topic that we're going to have for
commenting.
Just for Men.
Well, our headline of the day is,
The hot topic
that everybody's
of the day is what everybody's been talking about is these Secret Service agents in Colombia. And boy, was they doing some secret stuff.
they were getting their freak on.
I mean, on and popping.
But you know what's interesting?
Is that what Secret Service means?
Yeah, I guess so. They did it. They didn't do it too much
Yeah.
secret. But
but they were
They
doing some
tried
servicing.
for a while. Now, see, here's the question. Whenever something like this ever comes out, how long is my question? Like, how long has this been going on? I mean, this is administrations. I'm sure this ain't just happened now.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's
isolated.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at things like that, it doesn't seem like it's so isolated. You would think that,
Well, they did seem to be comfortable in doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they had their rhythm in how to get this
and
thing
how
done.
to do it and how to get in. But it does bring up the case of, and you start asking yourself the question, because I saw the highlights they showed of Ronald Reagan being shot. And you ask yourself the question, okay, these guys, they go to the hotel. You're bringing somebody back to the hotel, number one. You don't know what you're bringing back to the hotel. Well, you know what you was bringing back. I mean, but you really don't know what you're bringing back. And the security risk to the president. I mean, not to mention, talking about Colombia and some of the cartels and all of that stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, it just blew my mind to see that they were just so cavalier and not recognized.
I mean, in Colombia. In Colombia, you know what? I believe if it had maybe been done in Paris, maybe, maybe a little more.
Does Dikembe speak French too? Yes, he does. Yeah, very good.
Yes, he does. We're also going to be talking to Dr. Fulham. I think what we're going to be talking to him about is pretty interesting.
Yeah, discrimination.
It's all forms of it.
As
it's all
a
forms
person who's been dealing with obesity and dealt with obesity, I had thought that the prejudice may have. We are such a politically correct society, and I want to talk to Dr. Fulham about still these stigmas around obesity and prejudice. Sherry Shepherd was voted off Dancing with the Stars, and she has done a good job. She's energetic. She's got that big smile.
Lots of personality.
Fan favorite, I thought, but she gets booted off, and I just looking at some of the other folks that are on there.
Well, I mean, I think he's trying to maybe what's the word I'm looking for? I guess he's trying to say that she got booted off because she was a little heavy.
I just said that. They heard me.
Okay.
I didn't sugarcoat it.
Well, I don't think you came all the way
no,
out
I
there.
did. That's what I said. I think there's a stigma with obesity, and I think that's the reason she got booted.
No, you didn't say you thought that was the reason she got booted. She didn't come right out and say that.
all these reality shows where you put in fan voting becomes just a popularity contest, and we are, like you said, the stigma behind. I mean, how many of the big kids get voted, for class president and all that other good stuff?
But with obesity being this epidemic that we have, I mean, obesity is more accepted.
Well, it's
much more accepted.
You would think that. What do you think, Will?
I was about to ask you. Will, what do you
we'll
want to
settle
weigh?
this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Settle this down.
And we'll only settle for the best. I think we still have to take a look at what obesity means, especially when it comes to the media. When I look at the governor for Virginia, as a matter of fact, there was some discussion about him not being a good presidential candidate because he was a big boy.
Yeah.
So now
Same thing with Christie up in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
So are we saying the same thing about Sherry Shepherd?
Sure.
I think it's.
I just think it bears. I mean, I just found it. Because it's popular. And I'm not saying I watch the show all the time.
No,
that's
his favorite show. That's his favorite show.
I think I would love to see Jamie go on there.
Jamie.
I don't have the knees and the hips anymore to try to pull something like that off.
Yeah. I think he would do great.
You got the smile, man.
Yeah,
but Sherry had a smile too.
Well, Jamie, you talk to T. T has a hookup. Maybe Fox Entertainment Group can make that happen.
No, she's trying to get Dikembe on.
Do they have a big enough camera?
Right. That would be
have to use two.
But yeah.
She's going to get Dikembe on before she gets me on because, you got this big thing at the St. Regis we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk
That's
about
the St. Regis hotel, like the real fancy one, right?
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. And we're going to talk, and we're going to talk about what's coming up on May the 2nd.
Yes. The kickoff, the VIP kickoff for the seniors in the city of Atlanta, the Healthier You Initiative. That's going to be a boatload of fun.
Yep.
But St. Regis, right?
We're going to be doing a lot of things on May 2nd. Yeah. It's St. Regis. Wow. Yeah.
Like Buckhead, Atlanta, like real.
Yes.
I saw Larry David there last time I was there. I mean, to show you kind of. I was just passing through the lot.
Yeah. You go to the other side.
Go to the
parking lot.
Get a drink or something.
Season 52 is in that area, so I just passing through. I just wanted to see what it felt like to kind of go in a place like that.
Yeah.
So you have like the whole big ballroom and like a big event where they're going to be. I see the paper there. They're asking for a minimum of 25,000? Is that?
Well, it's a, you know.
Well, you don't have to get into it now, but I was just saying, there's some
no,
nice stuff there.
It's a couple different levels. It's not, you know, that's one of the options. That's one of the options. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk with Dr. Fulham, and we'll talk more with Will Settle and some of the things that he does with Fox Entertainment Group, and we'll talk more with Jamie, too, after this.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFactDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions, and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
Hi, family. This is Claude Mitchell. I'm the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Here today to talk to you about one of our initiatives called the Billion Pound Blitz. The Billion Pound Blitz is a grassroots initiative that has an ambitious goal of losing 1 billion pounds annually. That's right, I said 1 billion pounds. Did you know the diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexicans, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent? Truth of the matter is that we can't afford not to do something. Did you know the U.S. government spent $165 billion last year on excess weight-related illnesses? That's more than they gave all the Wall Street banks combined for the bailout. If you're interested in more information on how you can be a part or how your organization can be a part of this movement, log on to www.billionpoundblitz.com. Once again, that's www.billionpoundblitz.com.
And we're back here at Ask the Fat Doctors, and it is time for our doctor's appointment with Dr. Fulham, who is one of our favorite clinicians. Or
he's got all that stuff on. He's an academic,
and he's about to
yes, big things happening.
Some big things on the academic side.
Yes, this segment also sponsored by Novo Nordisk, who's a great partner of ours and working in the community. Mm-hmm. Now, Dr. Fulham.
Hey, everybody.
We've been talking about some events and stuff we got. Dr. Fulham will be here live with us May 2nd at our big event at the Civic Center in Atlanta, kicking off our seniors activity with Healthier You. But Dr. Fulham, you also are a part of a huge academic endeavor at your own university. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So at Howard University, we're having a obesity symposium on this coming Monday, April 23rd. The title of the symposium is The Metabolic and Economic Impact of Obesity, where insulin ends and the scalpel begins. And really what we're looking at the effect of weight loss surgery on obesity and particularly on type 2 diabetes. Studies have shown that the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass will cure type 2 diabetes in 90% of those who receive the surgery. So everyone's excited about it, but if you look at the cost of surgery, the entire cost of the operation, the hospital stay, and all of that, it's about $25,000. So you have to compare that with the cost of treating obesity and treating diabetes. And if you look at it from a public health perspective, there are probably about 30 million people who meet the criteria for weight loss who also have type 2 diabetes. Can the country afford to pay for that many surgeries? What would be the impact when you look at the health reform bill and where we're trying to go and the fact that, quote unquote, the country's broke and we're trying to figure out the best way to pay for our health care? Is that will that have a positive impact, or will that make things worse from an economic perspective? So we have some people coming in from Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services. We have a bariatric surgeon who has a personal story, Dr. James Butch Rosser, who's clinical professor of surgery at Morehouse University and a good friend of mine. He'll be in town, and we're gonna discuss these issues.
And of course, you're one of the premier surgeons also in this country too, as well. So,
well, Dr. Fuller, this is Dr. Cosby. I was wondering, where you talk about the impact and the expenses, what about? And it's interesting, you guys are gonna have CMS there with Medicare and Medicaid. Talk about the impact of if the diabetes advances so much that now you have renal failure and you have kidney failure and now you have to have dialysis. What about that cost? Are they looking that far down? Or are they just looking immediately diabetes in its stage of where it is versus the surgery?
No, they're looking that far. And that's the interesting thing about the diabetes, because diabetes is not just diabetes, but it's the end organ effect of diabetes, as you alluded to. You know, hypertension, heart disease, stroke, renal failure, peripheral vascular disease, amputation, all of those types of things are associated with diabetes. And so what Medicare is really looking at is what is that impact. The other thing we're trying to determine, and there are some calculations that are out there, some of the economists and statisticians, what is the cost of disparities? So an example, if you look at the population who is most affected by obesity and most affected by type 2 diabetes, it's the African American and Hispanic population, and particularly within those subgroups, the lower socioeconomic class, so those who have poor insurance or no insurance. So who's going to pay for it? How do we make the biggest impact so that we have those preventions as you're talking about? So now we have somebody who can provide something positive to society, who's going to live longer, who's going to earn more income, who's going to spend that money, put it back into the economy. How do you calculate that on a public health perspective in a way that can determine whether or not this is going to have a positive effect?
I mean, this is a huge.
That's what we want to talk about.
This is a huge discussion, because then we talk about the complications now. You get the diabetic who ends up losing a toe, and they don't treat that very well, gets infected, so you end up losing a foot. Then eventually maybe it moves up. You now have a below-knee amputee who can't afford a prosthetic now that costs anywhere from $15,000 to $10,000. And now they lose, like you say, they're no longer a contributing member of society because they can't get up and go to work any longer.
Exactly.
So $25,000 for surgery to end this before we get to this just seems like it makes sense to me.
Well,
from a rehab
huge
standpoint.
Undertaking. It's certainly a huge undertaking.
It's an interesting argument, and it seems like it's still going to have to be tiered based on, and I'm speaking from a layman's perspective.
Yeah, but let me throw one more wrench in there. Let me tell you the real crux. So you're talking about your retirement. You're talking about Medicare and getting money once you retire, right? And we're running out of Medicare dollars and all of those kinds of things. So if we cure obesity and cure diabetes, what's going to happen? Everyone's going to live longer. We're going to have more people around who want to spend that money, and we'll run out of the Medicare dollars even more quickly. So how do you handle that? What's your
But then are we spending more of it now on these comorbidities, like you say, that come from the diabetes? Because it's going to get used up either way.
And that's the point that I was getting to.
It's 6 one way and half a
well,
dozen the other.
But I still think again, from a layman's perspective, it seems like you're going to have to phase one, because this thing is happening in real time, first of all, is that you have to look at, if you ask me, the folks who, number one, let's just say they are obese and who are diabetic and are heading down the pathway of an amputee. And you got to look at those folks first.
And that's far down the road.
Well, but it's not as far for some, because some folks are on the verge, and Doc, you could speak to that right now. It seems like, I'm sure, just in how the disease state works, there are people who are already at that point where they could say these folks have certain markers where this is just a matter of time before this is going to happen, as opposed to some folks that might be earlier on in the stage.
Yeah, and we have actually separated that. We call them the malignant morbidly obese. They have metabolic syndrome, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, type 2 diabetes. And if you follow those groups of people, they have a much higher morbidity, much higher mortality, much less life expectancy because of they're more likely to develop those complications. And then there's another group of people who may have a BMI of 40 but have no comorbidities whatsoever. And so those are your quote-unquote
Here's my
healthy,
question, too. Are we solving the problem
obese
with the bariatric surgery? I mean, because you still got these habits people return to. You know,
Well,
you
that was
may
well,
take away the obesity body, but have we taken away the obesity mind?
Here's what I'll do.
That's but that's behavior modification.
No, but here's how I'll tell you what's up. Doc, I want you to tell them the story you told me a couple of weeks ago about one of your patients, and obviously you don't have to mention her name. Remember the story we had a conversation about a patient who was diabetic?
Sure. This is a very prominent person in society, very active, very successful, well-educated, not super morbidly obese or overweight, BMI about 36, 37, has hypertension, diabetes in the family, developed hypertension and type 2 diabetes, but her type 2 diabetes was very, very resistant. It was so resistant that we thought she might actually have some type 1 and that maybe she wasn't making any insulin at all. But we worked her up. It turned out she was a pure type 2. So she was making insulin, but the insulin just wasn't having any effect. She ended up requiring more and more and more insulin to control her blood sugar. Finally, she was on an insulin pump. She was getting about 500 units of insulin per day, blood sugar levels in the 200, 300 range, A1C levels 15, 16, 17.
Oh, my.
Missing work because she's feeling lethargic.
Lord have mercy.
Went to an endocrinologist, got into a program, lost weight, had minimal improvement in her diabetes. I think she got her A1C level down to about 11, normal 6. Okay, so just to give you a reference. So really heading in the wrong direction. Insulin pump, higher numbers, changing the different types of insulin, trying to find out exactly what's going on. Tried to get approval for the surgery. Initially, the insurance company would not approve it, but of course we appealed it, and after about 6 months, we were able to get approval. We had to admit her to the hospital 2 days before the surgery because you have to have the blood sugar controlled to have the general anesthesia to reduce perioperative complications. Put her on an insulin drip, got her blood sugars down below 150, took her to surgery on a Thursday, performed the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. She was off the drip on Friday. We kept her in the hospital till Sunday. When she went home on Sunday, she was on about 50 units of insulin a day, and within 8 weeks was completely off of all diabetic medication.
Wow.
Had a normal A1C level of 5.9 and fasting blood sugar levels around 90 to 110.
So
See, it sounds like the surgery paid for itself.
My question, Dr. Fulham, so are you, am I understanding correctly that you're saying that this literally cures diabetes?
That's correct.
That's correct. And that's what the research, 2 big studies have come out and said just that.
Wow.
In morbidly obese people.
So this is why we're going away from the bands?
Yeah.
Because you kind of get an all for one. You get everything in one shot on this rather than the band just may help you shed a few pounds, but this is actually going to take away some of the other things.
Well,
that
that's
impact.
a conversation for another day. We want to save
that.
We'll have that conversation and dialogue on May 2nd when Dr. Fulham will be with us live.
And he can fill us in on how everything went on the 23rd.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Fulham. As always, you know you're one of our favorite doctors.
Well, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate you having me on. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody live. I got lots of hugs for everybody.
That's right.
And we got lots of hooks for you. Thank you so much, Dr. Fulham.
And dinner on me at the house, too, Doc. Just so
that'll be great.
Does it have to be at the house? Can we go out someplace?
We're already downtown.
Oh, okay.
Won't be any kettle chips, but.
Okay, coming up, we have our special segment, Hold On Player. And boy, I'm telling you, this one's a hold on player.
It's April 15th or 17th, tax time.
It is tax day, and it is a hold on player. You need to stick around. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexican, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP's multicultural outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Chatricize. You know the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time to learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make that first step today.
Hey there, this is T. Fox. Got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight and drop a few pounds? Now, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun, but you're wrong. It's time to get your Chatricize on. You've tried a lot of things, jogging, aerobics, not much fun, right? Well, Chatricize is just for you. Chatricize is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and the other line dances. You know, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during the night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatricize workout, we're also proud to offer Boomers Chatricize. Boomers Chatricize is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives, and it'll be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatricize is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatricize will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatricize on today. Log on to chatricize.com. That's ChaChersize.com. And we're back here with Ask the Fat Doctors, T. Fox, along with Jamie Dukes, Braxton Cosby, our special guest, Will Settle. We're going to be talking about everything that's going on. We've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I mean, the calendar is like jam-packed.
Jam-packed full.
One of the most exciting things we have going on is what's happening May 2nd. And we were talking about that offline, and we were talking about how many people have registered for the big, healthier.
Over 200, the VIP event, over 250 people have registered and counting. It's going to cap it at 500. But again, the strategy is this: there's going to be
and
a
the name
VIP
of
event.
it, the actual name of the actual
Healthier
name of
You, City of Atlanta's Healthier You, in partnership with the Office of Parks and Recreation here in Atlanta. We've been very fortunate to have a good team that's working together, and they've been doing a great job of kind of getting people involved. And if you are a City of Atlanta senior, that is, you are welcome to register, pre-register for that activity, and I'll give you that website a little bit later on in the show. But the most important thing is to notice that that's going to be very exciting in what we're doing there. Also, I was at the governor's mansion yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And there was some legislation
Yes,
that was signed
legislation
into?
signed for childhood diabetes is something that really is near and dear. Well, diabetes in general, because both my parents are diabetic. And so, in partnership with Novo Nordisk, who's been a great sponsor and partner with us, they've been successful in, and I'm not saying Novo Nordisk, but they've been successful in getting legislation which would mandate that there is some activities for students at every school. It's a mandate that literally every school has to have precautions, provisions that take care of children with diabetes. So it's very exciting. You'll hear more about that. But I got a chance to be there at the governor's mansion, at the Capitol. And,
Governor Nathan Deal.
Nathan Deal is part of that signing, so it was really exciting. So been very, very busy. And then I want to hear about, by the way, that one event is May 2nd. We talked about that.
And
let's talk about the Kimby, though.
Yeah.
I'm really, Will, part of the reason Will is here is Will is, I don't want to call Will your partner in crime, but that's fine.
No. Hey, Chief Lieutenant is a good good title.
And so let's talk about the big event that's happening with Dikembe Mutombo, who I'm a huge fan of, not just because he was a great basketball player, more importantly, the philanthropist, the humanitarian. He's from the Congo and the things with the hospitals. I don't know if people know enough about what this guy is doing. And guys, talk about that a little bit.
Well, it is incredible what Dikembe does and what, and the way his heart beats, because he, like you just said, he is an incredible humanitarian and an awesome philanthropist. It's
I just said that too.
Yeah, I know it, but I wanted
Shout
to
out.
I wanted to underscore that.
Oh, so I didn't do a good enough job in saying that?
No, you did good. I just wanted to underscore that.
Oh.
She's just repping him.
Yeah, just
Okay.
just underscore that.
I thought I just said
But it is the Caring for Congo Gala experience that is happening on April the 28th. It's at the St. Regis Hotel. That's here in Atlanta. Stop it. It is in Buckhead. And Jamie's got this crazy look on his face because,
If you go
the
into
area.
St. Regis, you better bring your checkbook. Will, are you responsible for accounts receivable? How's that work?
I am. I'm helping her with that.
He will
and
settle
we're
all
taking
accounts.
All the checks. We will settle every account that
You got
comes through
settling
there.
your brain.
I gotta ride this one for the whole segment, man. I got a lot more.
Oh yeah, I'm
Some
sure,
of the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that you do. But Dikembe is actually raising money for the Biamba Marie Mutombo Memorial Hospital, actually. And
Wait a minute.
What?
What's the name of the hospital again?
Biamba Marie Mutombo, which was
Is that his mother? Okay.
Yes. And he
Because he's
actually,
got like 5 names too, right?
no,
One
he
of them
act- no,
means
no,
prince
no,
or 7.
No.
How many
He
names
actually
is
Just
it?
has
5
eight.
languages.
He actually
8,
has,
yeah.
He actually has
No, he knows
Oh, he has
5
8 names?
Yeah, he has 8
Yes,
names,
eight.
yeah.
He actually has
I
eight.
barely keep up with the one I got.
Mutombo. Yes.
Jean Jacques.
Yeah.
8 of them.
He's got
Yes.
8 names, speaks 5 languages. A brilliant man.
Brilliant.
2 brains.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah. I mean,
That's
Well, he's
awesome.
7'4", so yeah, there's room for
There
2
gotta be
brains.
some room in that. Listen, I can't even know 2 languages, so to do 5.
I mean,
that's
you're probably
amazing.
good enough with English, right?
I tried Spanish.
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to
but
stick
you're a
with
Cosby,
English.
so you're covered.
But y'all
Yeah, that's
stop.
right.
Y'all need to
Just be-
stop.
that's Bill's-
What's the
that's
next
Bill's
one?
name.
What's the
Bill's
next
name.
round
That's
of
Bill's
town?
Is
name.
Bill coming in town for the, do you know?
I don't know if he can stay at the Regis.
I don't know if he can afford,
Yeah,
but
I don't know if he's got enough for that.
You know, it's trying to
We'll
calm
have
you
to
down.
settle that later.
You know.
We will.
So the event is April 28th.
It's April 28th, and it's a gala. It's a fundraiser for the Dikembe Mutombo Foundation. And again, the monies that are actually being raised from this event will go towards the Mutombo Hospital in memory of his mother. And at the time when his mother passed away, the apartheid and all the craziness was going on in his country. She was about 15 minutes away from a medical facility. Medical facilities over there are not very good at all. But all she needed was simple CPR.
Wow.
Simple CPR.
Everybody's got a story, and it's so
do.
funny. Wow, I use this phrase all the time. Your pain is your passion. For me, obviously, we had this conversation, and Just for Men, we'll talk a little bit about. I call it the battle of the NFL woes, concussions versus obesity. But it's funny how I was always trying to figure out what was it about. I know it's the right thing to do for Mutombo to want to have hospitals for children because they don't have them. But now it makes even more sense the passion in which he has
absolutely.
pursued trying to make sure there are hospitals there because
Sure.
now it's making sense that because
Oh,
of his
yeah.
mom and the fact that she did not
have
Right.
just a simple medical attention, and if she had just received simple CPR, then she would have survived, and she was 15 minutes from it. But because of all the upheaval there in the country, then it prevented her from getting there. In addition to that, they would not let him in the country to attend her funeral. So that's the other part of the pain that has led to his passion. So he's a pretty incredible guy, and all the monies raised from this night will be going towards the hospital. So we're pretty proud to be
That's
a part of it.
incredible.
Pretty proud to be a part of it. Right, Mr. Settle?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So what else we have going on? I think,
Well,
I think it's
what's
that about,
interesting is
that's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff going on. C4 is really taking off, and also there's going to be there's a big initiative going across Georgia. We'll talk about the next time. We're starting in May, where basically we're partnering with a group that's going to go across because there are healthcare disparities. We live in the city of Atlanta. And so we have access to quality care, to go back to your point about McKinley, but across the state of Georgia, there are some serious challenges in rural Georgia. And so we're going to be bringing health and wellness, exercise and other things into the rural communities across the state, literally touching every single county in the state on a tour. And that's in partnership with United Healthcare, who's underwriting this really, and I'm going to have the gentleman on. He's a minister down in Waycross.
Yeah, they're doing some real aggressive things
They are.
at United Healthcare.
And so it's going to be a great thing that we'll talk about next week. But it's really exciting when you consider the fact that, again, people trying to help others. So a lot of going on, and we'll keep you posted. Obviously, stay track on the websites, whether it be Put Up Your Dukes Foundation, PUIDF.org, or Billion Pound Blitz. You can check there as well to see what's going on. And as always, Ask the Fat Doctors.
AskTheFatDoctors.com. You can visit us on Facebook. You can get us there at just simply Ask the Fat Doctors, or you can tweet us at Ask the Fat Docs. I always get that mixed up.
Tongue twister.
Yeah, at it's almost as tongue twisting as Dr. Braxton Cosby. All that going on, Dr. Braxton Cosby.
Works for me.
Yeah, I'm sure that it does. Coming up, we're gonna be going into our favorite segment, which is Hold On Player, and I think we're gonna have some fun. We always have fun with that. Hold On Player. Doctor's appointment is coming up. And we're going to have a very, very interesting Just for Men segment. I think we may be doing some stuff there, too. We'll do that back in a moment. Hey there, this is T. Fox. Got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight and drop a few pounds? Now, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun, but you're wrong. It's time to get your Chatricise on. You've tried a lot of things, jogging, aerobics, not much fun, right? Well, Chatricise is just for you. Chatricise is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and the other line dances. You know, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during a night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatricise workout, we're also proud to offer Boomer's Chatricise. Boomer's Chatricise is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives, and it'll be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatricise is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatricise will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatricise on today. Log on to Chatricise.com. That's CHATCHERSIZE.com.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFatDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions, and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexican, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP's multicultural outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Chatricise. You know, the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time to learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to AARP.org and make that first step today.
Okay, we are back with our last and final segment, which is our favorite segment called Hold On Player. I'm T. Fox, that's Jamie Dukes, that is Braxton Cosby, this is Will Settle. And because today
Will Settle of Fox Entertainment Group.
Yeah, that's right, Will Settle of Fox Entertainment Group.
Thank you.
We're going to settle for Fox Entertainment Group?
Thank you for that, yes.
Is that what we're going to do?
You've been really good at that, too.
Yeah,
We only settle for the best. Only settle for the best.
That's right. Yeah, I like that
Nice.
too. I like
He's
that
retired from Delta.
Like the Regis.
He settled to retire.
Did they
Amen.
settle for the Regis Hotel? Is that settling?
Well, kind of.
We settle for right.
No, you just had to pay for that.
Okay, today is tax day, Jamie. What they did is they extended the tax deadline because the 15th fell on Sunday. So they extended it to today.
Right.
Today is tax day. It's over. 12 midnight. It's a wrap.
It's not over.
If you ain't got it.
For some people, it's not over.
Just beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. And you have a hold-on player.
Well, a couple of hold-on
that
players.
ties right into this whole tax day. And you know what? You know how today I saw so many people running, talking about I'm about to go get my taxes done. Why do people wait until the
They get a lot of
tax
discounts
day?
though. Like I see the people on the corner, like 35% off. Maybe that's what they're waiting on. And I think a couple of them they were doing them for free. A couple of places are doing them for free, like free tax returns.
When you slide in on a banana peel like that, they'll give you discounts or something.
Maybe they don't charge you up front. They take it, they take
I
their
would
little
think that they would charge
$75
you
when you get to
more
return
because you
if you
waited
get
so.
one.
$75. That's the good old days.
That's great.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, he does work for.
that is
Today's hold-on
that is
player.
the NFL Network,
Okay.
right?
He's not on the hop, is he?
Today's hold-on player. I saw.
All right.
I was reading USA Today. There are roughly 60,000 troops who owe over $390 million in back taxes.
That is truly a hold-on player. I need for President Obama just to sign that away.
Well, we got to be
Just to
fiscally sound.
sign off on that. Fiscally sound.
But think about that.
Those are
No, wait a minute. Now, why are we signing off on it?
Hey, Joe.
we're signing off on it because those troops signed off and went over
I'm
in
with you
Iraq.
on the well, they've been
Well, that's a job.
Put their
That's
lives on the line for you and for you.
Then that, you know what?
And for you.
So if we're looking at what
For
people
our
are doing,
freedom, to maintain
if we're
our
looking at
freedom.
what people are doing to contribute for lives, then that means men like Dr. Fulham doing these surgeries, they shouldn't have to pay taxes
But
either.
the only,
Brain surgeons shouldn't have to pay
the
taxes.
only difference
No,
I would say here,
no.
because if you think about it, to me, it
No.
does bring up kind of a fundamental issue. They are serving their country,
Absolutely.
not being of service. Fulham, and I say Fulham, but doctors, other medical professionals are of service to the country. They are in the service of the country, defending the country. I am curious
right.
Not
as
getting
to
shot
why they actually pay taxes anyway.
Anyway,
Truthfully.
anyway.
I mean,
That's where
I
the
know that's-
argument can
and I
stop
wanna
right
be
there. Let's do
radical,
that
but
rather
if you
than
think
now
about
say
it,
we need to go back and write it off.
you're working for the government. And you're working to defend the nation, so that to me has another special value
It
being
does,
incentive.
on
absolutely.
top of
Total exemption,
Absolutely.
right,
So
Jay?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure they get
absolutely.
some kind of exemption, but it to me, given
Doesn't sound like
just
they're getting a
the
total
pay-
exemption.
No, they're not getting a total
I don't
exemption.
think
Not
they're getting
even
any
any kind of
exemption.
exemption.
Well, I'm
at all.
sure there's something. I'm just gonna, and I'm not in the military. Maybe we-
$390 million. Ain't nobody getting no exemption. And that wasn't
But,
even
but that's
correct
spread out
English,
over
but-
60,000 troops, also, which is a big number of troops.
And
as
are
well.
these troops still active? You know what I mean? We got to look at all the numbers
But I'm even
Are they
thinking
still getting shot at, Jamie?
But no, that's what I'm saying. But fundamentally, it just seems as
It
though
just
with
does-
if
it doesn't
someone
bombs.
seem
did
right.
deserve to pay taxes, and boy, there are a lot of people who aren't paying taxes.
That's right.
There's
That's
a lot
right.
of politicians who aren't paying taxes.
And then there's
There's a
some in
lot
some
of-
low bracket categories who are running for president.
Stop that.
I'm
This is
just
not a
saying.
political
Right.
show.
That's right.
Percentages.
And-
But the point to be made is
There's
it
a lot
just
of
seems like
millionaires.
that group should not pay taxes at all. I mean, I just
Absolutely.
But the
Yeah.
guys that are getting
Totally.
shot at have to pay taxes?
No. I think you're saying
The guys that are
that
ducking
group
roadside
should
bombs
be-
have to
should
pay
be
taxes?
The
exempt.
president paid taxes. Didn't he have to write his check too?
yeah.
did.
All
But,
they
and every time he walk out that house.
He did.
Well, yeah, but he's got
You know.
people. We already talked about the people
He's got his
protecting
Secret
him,
Service.
Who now
Oh,
he's
speaking of
Oh
which,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Which
what's the
your
going rate on
party,
that again?
You know,
Okay, so my hold on player was the Secret Service guys clowning in Colombia, right?
right, getting serviced in Colombia.
We were talking about that. Well, okay, so the services weren't secret any longer.
No,
But
not those services.
what were the rates going for? I mean, did we settle, Will,
It said
on a price
$200
here?
on the article.
Couple.
It said up to
Up to a couple.
200.
Yeah, a couple.
So now my question, and it was very innocent, and T. Fox for some reason took it to another level.
I
I didn't want to
totally
know what
blown
this
away.
rate was, you know. So if you say up to $200, what did that mean? Was that a time
Okay,
dependent
well,
rate?
let's roll that back and let's make sure we have the complete backdrop to this.
Oh, you want me to
thing.
say the quote
So,
here?
no, the Secret Service went over to Colombia
To get a Secret Service.
actually
Unsecret Service.
Secret
Because
it got out.
Services.
Well, before then, but they went in with the
He
intention of
rendered
keeping this
secret
secret.
services.
That's right.
Yeah, they went in with the intent that this was going to stay a secret.
That's right.
Okay.
But the secret got out that they indeed were being serviced by this brothel, they were bringing prostitutes in,
Okay.
they got busted. Now, what I thought was really cool is that President Obama said, if this is true, I will be angry. You know, I will be. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was real presidential. But anyway.
That he will be angry?
Yeah, that
Okay.
that he'll be angry. So it says here, which I thought was just kind of crazy. It says here that $200 is the highest category prostitutes available at this spot over in Columbia.
I thought that was a deal the way it sounded.
I thought $200. I asked Jamie. I said, Jamie, is that a typo? Should that be 2,000?
But why you ask Jamie? Did Jamie know what the rate is?
Well,
No, probably because I'm the most well-read of
that's
of
right.
the
That's
group.
right. Because
So-
he's a better educator on his panel.
So,
anyway,
okay.
he says, he says, no, T, that's what it says. I said, $200, man. That's, then Will chimes in and he says, well, that's a lot of money for Columbia. You chime in and you say, oh, well, how much do I get for $200?
I didn't say do I get. Now don't try to put me on there. I said what is the rate on that? What did they? I didn't say what you get. I said how long? How long? Now that is different from what you get. What you get is like you got the smorgasbord like for $200. Do I get a bone and
do I get
I didn't
it?
ask all of that. I was asking for is this a time sensitive rate that we were talking about?
Right, which
10
I thought was very
Because
interesting
you
for
could
you
be
to.
shaking hands for 30 minutes. I don't know what they're doing for $200.
Well, I mean, do we really need to know exactly what they're doing for $200? It already said it's a secret service they were getting.
The point is, it ain't secret anymore.
Well, they were getting service
If they're
by
gonna tell us
prostitutes,
all
so
the
we know what
details,
the
tell us what the
service
$200 is for too. If you're gonna break up the secret,
Hold on.
I'm really enjoying this, man.
I'm not going to Columbia, by the way.
I guess not.
No, you shouldn't.
I-
You should.
I-
I'm not sneaking into Mexico, and I ain't going to Columbia.
No.
I would say
No.
not after
No,
this conversation.
not after this. I think you might want to keep it together. So that's our Hold On Player segment for this time. We've got a lot of things that we're going to be doing coming up for our next show. We're going to be broadcasting live for the May 2nd event, which I'm really excited about. I love broadcasting live. I love being on, being on site and interacting with the people. May 2nd, Atlantic Civic Center.
Atlanta Civic Center, the City of Atlanta's Healthier You VIP kickoff for our seniors. It's going to be a boatload of fun,
And they can and you can actually visit PUYDF. That stands for PutUpYourDukesFoundation.org for more information, or you can go to thebillionpoundblitz.com for more information. If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns that you have for us too, hit us up on Twitter at AskTheFatDocs. I always get that. That's it.
You getting there? You getting
Yeah,
there?
I'm
It's
getting
getting
there.
better.
I'm getting there. Okay. Visit us on Facebook and like us there too at Ask the Fat Doctors, and also AskTheFatDoctors.com.
and don't forget about the Dikembe Mutombo event, which I think is just vitally important.
At the
Yes.
hotel that nobody can stay at.
Yes, you can. I'm
You
saying
can
that.
stay if you got
Okay.
$25,000 to pay for that.
It's-
Yeah. It
Is
is
Dikembe gonna give
caring
me a
for.
home in Africa?
It is
If I buy one?
caring
Should've
for. Stop it. It's caring for the Congo Gala experience that's happening on April 28th at St. Regis Hotel. It is for the Dikembe Mutombo Foundation.
That's
Hey,
the
that's-
St. Regis.
And
Jamie,
Bucky.
now that Mike is gone, Michael Jackson, I'm just flipping for a second. You're talking about PYD. Can we take a little sample PYD? Is that since he's gone? And
No,
he
because
can't do nothing about
you
it.
know how much he made? And the
He could
year
buy the
died,
Regis.
$500 million
Just off of that
in
song.
royalties.
Just off that
When
song.
he died, when he died, all the
all the
songs.
stuff. His
So
catalog.
they want their money.
No, they will get. They,
we
they
gotta
will
go.
come. Like Jamie said, bloodhounds. They'll come.
They will come get you.
Yes.
They're worse than any.
Just as a blog, though.
So you please come out and join us again for May 2nd at the Atlantic Civic Center. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to hear from you again. Hit us up at the websites and Twitter, Facebook, and the things we just shared with you. And we will look forward to seeing you on May the 2nd. Have a good evening.